on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to try some Timbits cereal for the very first time. Now, most Americans don't even really know what Tim Hortons is, let alone what a Timbit is. But I have studied this on the internet and videos. I have an honorary degree in Timbitnomics. And from what I understand, Timbits are these popular little donut holes that you can buy at Tim Hortons that come in all sorts of fun little flavors. So, what's more fun than a donut hole, you might ask? Well, making a donut hole into cereal. I'm actually pretty proud of Canada for this concoction, to be honest. This is something that I feel like Americans would do. Take a donut and be like, let's make that cereal. That'll put a little pep in your step. A little donut cereal. But with that being said, since I don't have any access to actual Timbits, I have the next best thing. I have some Timbit cereal that I've been very, very curious to try. And let's start with chocolate glazed. I looked at a little poll from 2021, and it said chocolate glazed was the most popular Timbits flavor in 2021. So let's see if they were able to somehow transfer that into the cereal. So let's take a little look here at the box for a second before I really tear into these things. Just appreciate here what we've got. Honestly, I have to say, as far as box design goes, it's pretty minimal. What you see is what you get. I don't actually know how well these would sell here in the United States because it doesn't have any, like, color or explosions or rainbows shooting out of leprechauns anywhere. Like, our American attention spans are so small, I feel like this would kind of go unnoticed. Although I do really appreciate the Timbits on here with little feet. That's kind of fun. Timbits with feet. I gotta... But other than that, it's just a picture of the cereal. I mean, it really is what you see is what you get, which I kind of appreciate. And of course, you got the French on the back. Very Canadian of you. You got the French and the English on everything. Very good. And I guess it's like supposed to be a Tim Hortons container package here. Other than that, it's just like Timbits, chocolate glazed. Have fun. And fun I will have as I begin tearing into these things. This is an unopened box, fresh, of Timbits cereal. So when I get a whiff of this is going to be the freshest whiff of chocolate glazed Timbits cereal any American has ever gotten today, at least. I can say that for 99.9% certainty that in all of the United States, I am at this moment having the freshest smell of Timbits chocolate glazed cereal. Let's have a little smell. Am I weird for smelling cereal? then let's get a little weird. Oh. I don't know what to think of it. I don't know what to think of that. I was really hoping for a burst of just lovely chocolatey flavor. Yeah, it smells like... I guess I was hoping it was going to smell somehow like a chocolate candy bar or something, and it just smells like chocolate cereal, which I don't know. I shouldn't... That's what I should have expected, right? Other than that, I think there's nothing really left to it but to have a little look-see in here. I am going to use my special little Timbit spoon that I have here. Oh, yes. Little Tim... Oh, yeah. Take a look at that. Oh. I'm not the biggest cereal eater in town. I might get kicked out of the United States for saying that. But let's take a little sample. Oh. Oh, man. You know what my first thought is? Truly, honest thought. It's not bad, but it's not that strong. Is that bad? Like, has my American taste buds, my American palate, like, been so desensitized from all the American, like, chocolate and artificial sweeteners that this just doesn't taste all that strong to me? Like, it's barely got, like, it's a subtle chocolatey flavor. But in a good way. You don't want to be... You know what? It's in a good way. You don't want to be, like, shoveling down fresh, like, pure 100% milk chocolate taste down your mouth. I definitely, yeah, I definitely wouldn't want that. But the taste is probably appropriate for a cereal. And I actually have some little tiny glasses of milk here because I was going back and forth on this and I decided if this is a cereal, I mean, it's in a bowl with milk on the box. How can I not like do it justice and have it in a little we're gonna call this a bowl. It's a little glass of milk, but we're gonna call it a bowl. I think I have to give it its fair shot and have a little bit in milk, just in case that brings out some kind of special flavor. That, you know, give it its fair chance. It's better. It's better. I'm glad I did this. I'm I'm glad I did this. That does enhance the flavor a little bit. And it also makes it less dry. And it also like balances out the pure artificial chocolate taste. If you're gonna have Timbits chocolate glazed, if you're not a complete psychopath, you might want to consider some milk. But you know, sometimes psychopaths got to eat their cereal too without milk, and that's okay. So the Timbits, before I move along here, the Timbits chocolate glazed, good. I was initially a little shocked at like that it wasn't a stronger taste. I guess thinking that it's like a chocolate donut in cereal form. It was going to have a little more punch to it, a little more kick. But upon reevaluating it and actually trying it, I think it's the appropriate amount of chocolate kick. That's pretty good. That's good. Okay, moving right along here to birthday cake, which I am quite excited about. Birthday cake is an interesting flavor because it never tastes like a birthday cake, you know? Birthday cake is like some kind of artificial flavor that's been concocted. Like they make birthday cake flavored Kit Kats and stuff, and it's good. So I have really high hopes for this. Birthday cake flavor and birthday cake flavored donuts. I believe the birthday cake Timbit is quite popular. You got them running around on the box here, trying to run away and not be eaten by me, but that will not work today. I'm gonna eat you, you little Timbit. Cereal. Puff. Box is exactly the same, huh? Again, these, like, so far these are pretty good, and I just feel like Tim Hortons has maybe got to do something a little extra to make their box pop out a little bit. Like, would in America, I'm just thinking from Americans' point of view and how we're so frivolous and like how fleetingly we decide on what to buy. I'm just not sure this would pop out to Americans. Like, it just get passed by sad on the shelf. But especially since Americans wouldn't even know what the heck like Timbits are. Probably just be like, who did Tim bite? Timbit? Who did Tim bite? Someone lock him up. Get Tim to stop biting people. That's what we'd say. Anyway, without any further ado, we got another fresh, oh yeah, fresh as can be, box of birthday cake flavored Timbit cereal. What a day. What a day in America this is. Let's have a little smell. It's not like oozing birthday cake smell, but it's certainly not bad. Certainly not bad. It's almost like fruity smelling, but maybe that's supposed to be like the sprinkles? Man, it's an interesting, it just smells like cereal, honestly. The cereal smells like cereal. Can you even wrap your mind around that? Okay. Aside from that, that's the smell test. Let's take a little taste test here. A little taste test of the birthday cake flavored Timbits cereal here. Again, not very strong flavor. Not very strong at all. It's somehow like I can sense the absence of the American artificial sweetener or corn syrup or whatever we load into our stuff. And maybe this might be the healthiest thing I'm gonna eat all week, sad as it is. Healthiest thing I could eat. Something not from America. Let's have one more little bite here. I mean, to me, to my palate, to my tongue. Like, I would almost have told you if I had a blindfold on, I almost would say this has no flavor. Like, this is just plain Kix cereal. Kix has a flavor. I don't want to be mean to the Kix. This is just plain corn puffs or something, which have their place, you know, don't get me wrong. But this is supposed to be birthday cake flavored. And I'm actually really curious if I'm having a problem in this review, or if there are other people like me who are like, yeah, it's not the strongest birthday cake flavor. But you know what helped last time? Was introducing it to the milk. It's on the package. I think Timbits cereal was made to be ingested with milk. I think that is. There we go. Okay, that's okay. I'll eat that off the floor a little bit later. A little late night snack later. Perfect. Okay, so we got the Timbits birthday cake flavored cereal in the milk, which really helped the chocolate glazed earlier. So, let's take a little taste. It's better. It's better. It's still just not a very strong flavor. It's good. It's solid. Would I go out and buy it and be like, Timbits birthday cake flavored cereal? Please, Mom, go get me some. That's my favorite. Probably not. Probably not. I think so far I enjoyed the chocolate glazed a little bit better. The birthday cake is certainly not bad, but it's also just not good enough. I'm being a little harsh in this review. You know, I don't like to bring out this side in me, but that's what cereal will do. It'll make the judgment in me come right out. All right, and finally, we have a little bonus flavor. That I was able to procure. The new, that's right, new, let me use my spoon as a pointer here. New, I don't know how new this is, apple fritter flavored. Tim Hortons really stepping it up, really extending the reach of humanity with investing all this technology into cereal, creating apple fritter cereal. I don't know. I mean, I've never had the actual Timbits donuts, but I also don't think I've really ever had an apple fritter. Like, it's just an apple sort of pastry, right? Or I'm sure I've had something like that, so I'm not exactly sure what even to compare this to. I've had chocolate donuts and birthday cake flavored donuts, so I have kind of a reference for that, but this apple fritter kind of caught me off guard. But it's their new flavor. I'm not sure how new. Package, it's a little bit different. They got a little bit more crafty, a little more creative in the marketing department at Tim Hortons. It's got a big spoon on it. I like that the actual apple fritter cereal seems to be shaped like little apple fritters. That's fun. I appreciate that. Okay, enough appreciating the packaging. Everyone's just screaming, just get to the cereal! Just get to the darn cereal! Stop talking about the package. Okay, here you go. Nice and sealed. I don't know what to expect at this point. A fresh apple orchard to open up into my nose, or now my expectations, quite frankly, have been lowered a little bit based on the last two to be more realistic. Oh, I mean, the flavor already started to ooze up towards me without me even bringing the packaging towards me. It's a little stronger of a flavor, a little more recognizable as like an apple cereal. And there's some kind of cinnamon? Is there some kind of cinnamon flavoring to this? That's fantastic. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, it kind of looks like there could be. I am genuinely excited for this one because I think this might be a contender if it can knock off chocolate glazed as my favorite so far. Here we have the apple fritter. Oh yes, let's take a little taste. Okay, this has flavor. Not that the other ones didn't, but this one's flavor is a little more noticeable. I could eat this plain. I could eat this without milk, whereas the others needed milk. I never knew milk was such a pivotal, controversial point in cereal reviewing. but there you go. This is good. Subtle apple taste, little cinnamon. Have a little bit more, and then I'll do the milk test. Yes, this is good, and it's not too strong. And the little pieces have don't look as detailed as the box would lead you to believe with the geometry, with the landscaping. The detail in the fritters are not as detailed in real life. That's okay. I don't like. Do you really need to appreciate your cereal for that long? In real, is that what we're doing? No, we're just eating it. And I'm enjoying it. And again, that's good, just plain. Like in a bowl, you could snack on that. You can get your snack on. And I have a little final glass of milk here. And, oh, at the risk of dumping apple fritter cereal everywhere, let's try this once again. Oh, come on out. I'm gonna eat ya. Don't try to stay in there. Don't even try to resist, you little apple fritter Timbits cereal. These aren't even Timbits, are they? I just realized. Right. These aren't Timbits. This is just apple fritter, which would be sold at Tim Hortons. That's interesting. Little distinction there. Anyway, you didn't know you were going to get this detailed, this kind of groundbreaking review of the Tim Hortons cereals. Apple fritter in the milk is very solid. Somehow it almost lost some of the flavor in the milk. How does that work? It's like some of the cinnamon coating dust got washed off in the milk. But if you're like me, you kind of enjoy like eating your cereal and then at the very end taking the bowl and kind of just drinking the whole bowl down while everyone kind of stares at you in the room. You might make a little noise, little big obnoxious sipping noise as you drink your apple fritter dust flavored milk at the end. And I actually enjoy that aspect, but it stripped some of the flavor from the apple fritter cereal itself. That's interesting. It actually got maybe a little worse in the milk, but it wasn't as dry. And if you eat it with the milk, you get that flavor back a little bit. I don't know. I'm kind of torn between apple fritter and chocolate glazed as my favorite. I think just because I am who I am. With milk, the chocolate glazed was my favorite. And I believe this is like one of the most popular Timbit donut flavors. With milk, this was good. Without milk, it was okay. Birthday cake. I mean, without milk, it was like nothing. It tasted like nothing. I was actually kind of shocked. With milk, it was good. It was good. Not the strongest flavor, you know. I could see different folks, different people enjoying the different intensities of the Tim Hortons cereal flavors. I'm a bit of a barbarian. I need to be punched in the face with flavor to have any kind of semblance of recognizing it. So I need strong flavors. The apple fritter was strong, and with milk was nice, and kind of in between the other two flavors. So maybe we can say I liked chocolate, then apple fritter, then birthday cake, which is not what I was expecting, to be completely honest. I was expecting birthday cake to do a little better for me, but that's okay. That's kind of the fun in this. So I think for today, here's your winner. But I don't know. I feel like I'm just a winner all around today because I got to eat a bunch of very tasty cereal. Probably healthier than the stuff we have here in the United States. And honestly, having never gotten to have Timbits in real life, I thought this would be kind of a fun first step to trying some Tim Hortons food for the first time. And that was cool. Kind of the closest thing I can get, like actually physically here. I'll eventually, sometime, eventually, I'll get my behind up and go to Tim Hortons somewhere. They even have some in the United States I've seen on maps and stuff, trying to look it up. They have some Tim Hortons in the North United States. Some way, somehow, I'll try the real Timbits someday. But this was fun for today. Quite fun. And yeah, there you go. There's the Tim Hortons Timbits cereal review. Take it for what you will. But I think my reaction is pretty in line with how most Americans would react. I think flavor kind of wins out above all, and I liked the intense chocolate flavor. If you like birthday cake, this might not be strong enough for some Americans, and the apple fritter was good. So there you go. That's my rough, fun review for you, and I enjoyed this quite a bit, actually. Anyway, if you enjoyed this as well, feel free to give this video a like, or leave a comment, perhaps with your thoughts on the Tim Hortons cereal and what you think of it, or thoughts on what I thought of it, or thoughts on your thoughts and my thoughts, or anything like that would be fun to hear about. And if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canada and Canadian culture, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.